Hey there, how you doing? Welcome to test 73.gov links, blasting .gov black hat links with more links. It's weird. Let's check it out. All right, so this is as you see, it's a part two. So the part one was test number 55. In short, what they were doing is it's as a redirect exploit, for the lack of a better term. So there's certain CMSs out there, and these are mostly older CMSs and types of websites where if you append a parameter to the URL, it essentially creates a 301 to your website on other domains. And there was a lot of tools back in the day that made a lot of these links, and there's some methods going out there to this day and how to build them. But mostly we find that these are really, they're just for metrics more than they are for actual SEO value. And in this particular case, it was the same thing. They tested the parameters, nothing happened. So they sent backlinks to the parameter links, and nothing happened. There's no improvement to them whatsoever. How do we know, though, that they actually did this test right, or they didn't leave something out? In particular, this one needs to be retested because we have no indication in these write-ups if anyone bothered to check if the new parameter backlinks where the redirect lied was an actual 301 or a 302. There's no mention of that whatsoever. And that's actually a big deal. There's also meta refresh type 301s, JavaScript 301s. And so all of those need to be identified and bounced through here before you can go and say, hey, this is dead. And in particular, in this case, whoever wrote up this test didn't analyze that or didn't speak to that. So it's a little bit harder to declare them as totally useless. I still like these kind of redirect links. One is some of them, if they are set up properly, 301s in particular, will pass juice through backlinks. Some of them, not all of them, but some of them do. And others are, if you build your profile and you put a lot of these in your profile, it makes it harder for third parties to actually reverse engineer your profile and see what you're doing. There is a new trend out right now of doing it mainly with Google links. Those are, I would argue that those are great for metric manipulation. Although since those were sold as a method of metric manipulation, those companies have sort of put those types of links on a list of don't count list and reduce the value of the metric manipulation, but it still clouds up the backlink profile for third-party tools and makes it harder for people to identify the ones that you potentially purchased or were able to secure through good outreach on really good sites. And you don't want people to know that your link is there, not because you're hiding something or you're ashamed of it. You just don't want them to figure out, oh, I can try to get a link here in the same place. And that kind of, it's not paranoia. It's just kind of smart doing smart business where you don't have your real high power stuff just out there for the world to see. So there's still some value with these. It's not necessarily always going to be about ranking value and link building value. But if you think about it from a perspective of different points of view on identifying what value is, I would actually go ahead and keep trying to build some of these out. You don't have to get crazy with it. You don't have to build a whole bunch of them. 10, 15, 20 is probably enough. Identify 20 good sites that you like your website associated with, and use those and see if not only if it helps you, diversify your link profile, but some of those will indeed help you rank. It just, you have to identify those and do tests one by one to figure out which ones are doing it, which ones are helping you. And in this particular case, SIA did this test, and it was too random in my opinion. We just randomly selected this set, and there's no pre-testing done to see if individual ones of these were passing link juice. And without that, essentially sending 1,500 links to just random URLs that you don't know if they're passing juice or not seems kind of counterintuitive and counter to the whole scientific SEO testing principles that we're trying to apply here. So definitely needs a retest, definitely needs a different approach to it, and it's certainly something that we want to continue to entertain. .gov, .edu, and regular websites that still have this redirect hack, if we want to call it lack of a better term, to use to build up backlinks. So we'll see you there. Sign up for SEO Intel Agency if you enjoy these tests. We're well into the 600 test mark. As you see these videos on YouTube, we're starting off in the lower numbers. These are original tests, and we're showing off what we do, how we think about it, and how we build upon not only the tests that we have, but even the failures, and make things a whole lot better for the SEO community as a whole, just to understand the algorithm, understand specific points, and learn how to ethically put those into practice for our businesses and or our clients. And with that, see you in the next video.